You're watching Travel World Online.
Travel World Online team had an interview with Mr. Ahmad Johanif Mohd Ali, Director Tourism Malaysia, New Delhi. Here's what he said.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Johanif Mohd Ali. I'm the Director for Tourism Malaysia in New Delhi. Since last year, we have launched the Visit Malaysia Year campaign for 2026. Our main target is to make heavy promotion of Malaysia, especially for the Indian market. Our target is to get a 2.0 million Indian tourists coming into Malaysia. But then if you look at the situation currently, with what's happening in the Middle East, the government just announced that we extend our campaign up until 2027. So of course, what we do is we get more, what we call it, publicity on Malaysia for the Indian market to the public to create a demand. So end up that all our partners in India, especially the tour operator into the region, easily to send and offer a package to Malaysia for them to visit our country. That is our main intention.
So what are the programs you have curated for this particular year? Events?
Like for the Indian market, what we do here, we have participated in all, I think, two major trade fairs, namely ITM and Sate. And then of course, in between, we created a roadshow. The new coming up will be in August, that we covered three cities, Chennai, Mumbai and Delhi. And then on top of that, our partners from Malaysia as well, like Penang Global, recently just finished 8 cities roadshow in the south of India. And then other than that, some other states also, like Langkawi, came here in Mumbai to promote the destination as well. So they mean not only Tourism Malaysia is promoting the country, but the state itself from Malaysia come to India to promote the destination as well. And then of course, like on our partners, especially for the MICE market, we are giving some incentive for them to uplift the program for their partners when they choose Malaysia as their incentive destination. And then on top, the state of Penang and Langkawi also offer the same thing. So to ensure that the program they have created to their incentive group became memorable and more fun to them to choose Malaysia again and again. So that's why our main target group will be the leisure group. So that means we are talking about it's about 60% of the leisure market. And then for this incentive, we are targeting about 20%, or we call it about 400,000 when we goes into the numbers of 2 million tourists. And then other than that, the niche market like diving, wedding, adventure and everything. Because if you look at Malaysia, we have been promoting the country heavily since year 2000. So this is our 26 years in promoting the country and the first established office in India. And then we can say that we are the first country who established National Tourist Board in India. And then after that, you can see a lot of countries followed our step in putting their National Tourist Board in Malaysia. Malaysia, for the last 25 years, Genting Highland and Kuala Lumpur have been promoted heavily. So this is time I think for the last 3 or 4 years, we have introduced other new destinations like Langkawi and Penang. So in the near future, we are introducing our other part of Malaysia that is in Borneo Island, like Sabah and Sarawak for the Indian market. But before that, of course, we have advised our partners in Malaysia to ensure that they provide the needs of the Indian market when they travel to any part of the world, especially on their food. There is a lot of collaboration between the federal government and the state government in putting the what we call it infrastructure and whatever needs for the Indian market.
Right. See, there was a time when Malaysia was promoting for shopping, right, nature. What will you advise? Because we have a lot of solo travelers now. It's a big number is growing.
Okay, if you look at this, the nature of the human beings, whenever you go everywhere, shopping is one of the main activities. I can say that Malaysia is very attractive in terms of shopping. And then I've been told in Malaysia, when Indian travelers goes to Malaysia, they will find these, what we call it, the Nintendo players. I can say that it's much cheaper if you buy it in Malaysia compared to in India. And then not other than that, like this, what we call it, the cologne for this woman, bag and everything. I can say that the price there in Malaysia are more attractive compared locally in India.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Now, what will you advise to youngsters and solo travelers? Which areas in Malaysia you will recommend? And
Okay, for the youngsters, especially who are fond in terms of adventure, if you like what you call it scuba diving, for this adventure, try focus to Sabah and Sarawak. I can say that will give you a lot of experience and new things, especially if you like jungle trekking and mountain climbing. Because in Sabah, in Kota Kinabalu, we have the highest mountain in Southeast Asia. And then I think that things, for those who like challenge, I challenge, especially for the youngsters, to climb up until the top of the highest mountain, highest peak in Southeast Asia. I think like Malaysia, actually we always recommend, or we always put Malaysia as the affordable luxury. Because one thing, because like in Malaysia, there is a lot of international brand of hotel, that is one. If you compare, you stay in Singapore and Malaysia, you got the same experience, same brand like Mandarin Oriental, Oberoi and everything, but you pay less. You pay only about 35% or 40% on what you spend in Singapore. So why should you pay more since you get the same service, same product, while if you travel to Malaysia?
True.
Yeah.
So, any message for our viewers?
Okay, for this, especially for the MICE market, for the corporate company, think of Malaysia when you wanted to give incentive to your staff, especially when you're doing a meeting or doing a corporate outbound, something like that. Because Malaysia, we have a lot to offer, and for all of you to get new experience on how Malaysia handle their what we call it, their guests. Because Malaysia, we have a lot of things that can amaze you. From the seaside, from this mountain and the rainforest.
So, one more thing which I forget: Indians are foodie, and a lot of Indians are vegetarian as well.
Okay.
So, please tell us the food experience.
Okay, in terms of foodie, actually Malaysia love to eat, there is one. But then if you compare on the food for the Indian, because you are veg, I think like if you go to Kuala Lumpur, Penang, Langkawi, you can easily get Indian food. But then I would like to advise you to challenge the whole Indian. When you travel abroad, try to eat like local. There is one. There is a lot of choice, either veg or non-veg. Try the Malaysian food, because Indian food in Malaysia are totally different tastes from for the Indian food in India. There is one. And then of course, if you like Chinese food, the Malaysian Chinese food are totally different tastes with the Chinese food when you travel to China or Hong Kong. So for those who love trying a different taste of food, come to Malaysia. For self-driving tours, actually Malaysia, we have a lot of choices. Yeah, because you can simply rent a car in Malaysia, like the Hertz car rental and everything. You can just start your journey if you wanted to self-explore Malaysia. You can easily find a rent a car at the airport itself. But then, of course, like one good advantage, because Malaysia and India share the common traffic, where we follow the British on the right side. But then, of course, the way of driving in Malaysia and India are different. But then it's a good experience, especially since Malaysia have a very good road system, especially between cities. Yeah, because we have a very good highway all over Malaysia. So you challenge yourself on self-driving because the signs are internationally, and then the road sign also is easily for you to read because we are using the same alphabet A to Z. So the main whatever you see, they want easily for you to read in terms of the signage.
And visa is not an issue.
And then, of course, visa is not an issue because since currently we are offering a free visa for the Indian when they travel to Malaysia for the first 30 days. Yeah.
Thank you very much talking to
Okay.
Travel World Online.
You are watching Travel World Online.